It's Sunday afternoon, and that means it's time for me, Nandi Buthelezi, to welcome you to Women's Rugby Roundup. This week, we've got a special treat in store for you. Plus, we'll be giving you another chance to win one of 5 1,000 Rand prepaid cards that are up for grabs in our weekly viewers competition, courtesy of Masterclass. So don't go away. Congratulations to the winners from Week 8 who correctly named Pirates Women's Rugby Club as the inaugural winner of the 2021 Mastercard Women's Pirates Grand Challenge. Your Mastercard prepaid cards are on their way. First up, let's check in on the Saru Women's First Division tournament. Last week, only one match was played between Falca and Limpopo Blue Bulls, and the Falca racked up an impressive 61-12 win. Unfortunately, the Pumas weren't able to play, so the points were awarded to the Lions. Let's take a look at the logs. In Group 1, Free State Women lead with 9 points, followed by Griquas on 5, Southwestern Districts on 4, and Griffins Women on 2. In Group 2, Mastercard Golden Lions on top of the log with 14 points, followed by the Falca Women with 11, Leopards on 10, Limpopo Blue Bulls on 5, and the Pumas filling in the 5th spot. With only one round of play ahead, to be followed by the Women's First Division final, we decided that today was the perfect day to share the knowledge and wisdom of rugby legends and Mastercard Global Ambassadors Brian Habana and Dan Carter shared with the Pirates Women's Rugby Club back in 2019. Their visit had a huge impact on the club, so you too might have an aha moment or two.
I think we were at the stage where we just, those little bits of advice, you telling us, next job, and Dan telling us pressure is a privilege. We just took that and we took that into our league. And we actually managed to be, we actually never lost a match in the whole league. So we were undefeated and we went into the final and I was just like, okay, I could feel a little bit of pressure. And then I'm just like, enjoy it, embrace it. We won the league and the wonderful thing is Pirates actually made us Team of the Year, which is incredible. That's the first time ever a women's team became a club Team of the Year.
So good to be here, and even better to be here as the Mastercard ambassador and coming to a cool little rugby club like Pirates. This is, seriously, it reminds me of my club. So I'm from a little town in New Zealand of only 700 people. Southbridge Rugby Club is where I started my rugby, and just walking through the club rooms, seeing the field, seeing these cool little changing rooms. This is real grassroots rugby, and that's what it's all about. You obviously hear a lot about the growth of women's sport, the growth of women's rugby all around the world at an international level, but this is where it starts, at grassroots level. So what your amazing coach did forming this team just a couple of years ago, it's something so unique and so special, and you're part of the reason that women's sport, women's rugby is so strong, because you need these foundations at grassroots level. So I think it's an amazing job what you've done, and I'm just so happy to be here with this rock star next to me.
What you girls are doing is pretty special. Taking the opportunity to take up the game of rugby, make it your own, and inspire many people. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's something great about rugby. I think the inclusivity that it involves, whether you're male, female, young or old, tall or short, slim or not slim. Over and above that, I think the values that it instills in people is something really beautiful. Something I miss the most, having retired last year, is this environment, sitting in a change room, sharing moments with my brothers, with my teammates, knowing that we're striving for a single goal of running out and trying to do something great. And if it goes well, coming back in and celebrating and being jubilant. And if it doesn't go well, being able to come in, reflect on what just went wrong out there, know that the guy next to me has got my back, knowing that rugby, brings us together in a way in which nothing else does. So in 2017 you started, which is pretty recent, but I can really see there's a sisterhood in here, which is really brilliant. And thank you for the opportunity of having us.
Something I've learned through my rugby career is one of the most powerful things is teamwork. Rugby is not about the individual. It's not about you trying to be better than your teammates or trying to shine. The reason you're playing is for the love of your sisters next to you in this room. And no matter what background or upbringing you've had, it doesn't matter, because you come together and you're all equal and you're the same in this room, and that's something that we have as All Blacks. We all come from different backgrounds. We even had South Africans as All Blacks, we have all the Pacific Islanders, Maoris, Europeans, but it doesn't matter where you come from, because when you're playing in a team, you're one and you're the same. So that's something really special that I love about rugby, and I think you can take that into life outside of sport as well. The way you treat other people, that respect.
I think the beauty about rugby especially, I think, is that team environment. There were many times in Springbok games where I potentially wasn't playing well and my teammates next to me lifted me up. And that's a responsibility that we have playing this beautiful game, is that it's all about the teamwork, and you're only as strong as your weakest link. But if you're willing to make that link stronger, it's going to benefit the whole team.
I think we were at the stage where we just, those little bits of advice, you telling us, next job, and Dan telling us pressure is a privilege, we just took that and we took that into our league. And we actually managed to be, we actually never lost a match in the whole league. So we were undefeated, and we went into the final, and I was just like, okay, I could feel a little bit of pressure, and then I'm just like, enjoy it, embrace it. We won the league, and the wonderful thing is Pirates actually made us Team of the Year, which is incredible. That's the first time ever a women's team became a club Team of the Year.
Welcome back. I'm sure you've been finding Dan and Brian's advice compelling for rugby and for life. The coach asked the next question.
What have you played and won the World Cup then? In preparing and getting that big game mentality, what would be your advice to those approaching finals, playing in finals? Like you guys played on the biggest platform. But I think the nerves are the same. So how did you guys deal with it?
That's a very good question, because playing at the highest level, or even playing at club level, you're going to come under pressure, you're going to have nerves, and there's a couple of ways to deal with that, or that I dealt with that. One of them was your preparation. Okay, so if you prepare as well as you possibly can, then that's all you can do. I'd hate to turn up to a Saturday morning knowing that I missed Thursday training, or I didn't give 100% on Tuesday training. So I want my preparation to be as genuine and perfect as I possibly can, because then when you get to a big game like a World Cup final, a club final, even just a regular game, that helps you control those nerves and that pressure, because you know that you've done the work. So preparation for me is the key. And also understanding that it's normal to have nerves, it's normal to feel that pressure. Coming from New Zealand, it's a rugby mad country. The country goes into depression if the All Blacks don't win. It's as bad as that. So there is so much pressure, and I saw it firsthand. Some players that could handle that, and some players that couldn't. If you couldn't handle it, you wouldn't last. So we actually embraced it. We come up with the saying that pressure is a privilege. To have pressure in your life is actually a good thing, because all the most successful people in this world have to live with pressure on a daily basis. So just accepting it and then walking towards that challenge, because it makes the rewards so much better when you're able to deal with that pressure. And because it's one option, you can just escape and hide from it, or you can walk towards it. And I think that strong character walking towards it is the first step a big step to dealing with that pressure. So it's normal, and you're going to get that on the biggest occasion. So
one of the values that rugby also comes down to is respect. So first of all, respecting yourself. So knowing your discipline in your approach, discipline in your preparation, respecting your coach. because they're taking responsibility for for the team, respecting your teammates, and that's knowing your plays. So respecting yourself and your preparation and your discipline, respecting your coach and the structures they're putting in place, respecting your teammates, and what does that mean? Arriving on time, not being late for training, or letting someone know that you're not going to be there for training if something has come up, respecting what the game plan is, respecting what the potential plan B is that the coach gave you in the week. So I think that's really important. I think to be able to find your uniqueness within the team setup is pretty important as well. I think finding your uniqueness within a team concept and how you can bring that by adding value to the team is really good. And having confidence in that uniqueness, I think is really important, because if we were all the same, rugby would be an unbelievably boring sport. We do this game of rugby because we love it, and we've had times in our career, respectively, where we potentially lost it at times, and we've had to go back and find out, why we started playing this game, what made this game so different to anything else, and also realizing that mistakes happen. You're going to get on the field, no one's onto the field to knock a ball on, miss a tackle, or unlike Dan, miss a kick. But mistakes happen. To know that it's a possibility, but to not let that define who you are. To get back up and just go again, and all the time while you're doing it, to never stop enjoying it, because once it's done, like it is for me, you miss it incredibly. You don't want to have regrets at the end of the day, saying, if only I'd enjoyed it more, if only I'd got into it a bit more, shared stories, shared experiences. So just go out and enjoy it at the end of the day.
Wow, I know so many of you are totally inspired and wish you were out there on the field, getting stuck in and training and working hard with your team. So while you might be at home and not able to play, to help you stay in condition and keep honing your rugby skills, MasterCard and the Golden Lions had coach Chanel Albert develop some core training skills masterclasses during lockdown last year. The GLRU Grassroots Women's Rugby Masterclass series is available for anyone that wants to learn more, train better and improve their skills. The series covers fitness and conditioning, strength, power, speed and agility, catching, passing, kicking, and so much more. You'll find them on YouTube if you look for GLRU Grassroots Women's Rugby Masterclass Series, powered by Mastercard. And now it's time for me to make your day. Are you ready to win one of the 5 1,000 Rand prepaid Mastercards up for grabs today? Mastercard doesn't only work hard to keep our rugby players safe on and off the field, they're also making it easier and safer for you to pay with their contactless payment options. Here comes the question. What are contactless payment? A. Tap to pay. B. Scan to pay. Or C. Both. SMS the word Mastercard and your answer to 32020. Each SMS costs R1.50 and T's and C's apply. You'll find the T's and C's at www.sabcsport.co.za. Entries close on Thursday at midnight, so don't miss out. Next week, the Mastercard Golden Lions women will take on Falca in another First Division must-win match, and they'll not only be playing for each other, but also in honor of coach Clint van Rooyen. As we close today's show, I have some very sad news to share with you. Last week was a devastating week for the Mastercard Golden Lions women who unexpectedly lost their coach last Tuesday. Today, we dedicate our show to Clint van Rooyen, Women's Development Officer and head coach of the team at the GLRU, who is dedicated to ensuring that all women's rugby clubs across the province and the Lions women's team continue to roar. From myself, Umashenge, and the amazing team, stay warm and stay safe wherever you are, and see you next Sunday.